Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with the very latest on the Aaron Knodel trial. Thanks for joining us. A verdict has not been reached in the trial of a West Fargo teacher accused of having a sexual relationship with a student. The jury just left for the day, had been deliberating all day. They're expected to meet again tomorrow to continue deliberations. If convicted on all charges, Knodel could be sentenced up to 35 years in prison. We will be sure to bring you the verdict as soon as it becomes available and comes in, and we'll keep you updated all day online at valleynewslive.com as well. We have some breaking news now. One person is at the hospital with injuries that a police officer is describing as serious. That's after a crane collapsed on a construction worker just this afternoon. The injured was working at this apartment building going up at 815 34th Avenue East in West Fargo. That's just off of Veterans Boulevard and south of 32nd Avenue. A construction worker told us that a crane used to lift materials collapsed on the worker around 4. Police say the injured worker was employed by Lourdes Construction. No name has yet been released. Police arrested a man on charges that he attacked a woman late this morning in downtown Fargo. According to police, the man attacked the woman on Broadway right near the Metro drugstore at 11:30, then tried to take her belongings. He fell over and someone held him there until a police officer arrived. 43-year-old Charles Walker was arrested for strong armed robbery. Officers say there was no weapons involved here. It's special election day in Fargo, and so far the turnout's looking pretty good. Nearly 7,000 people cast their ballot since polls opened at 7 a.m. And Valley News Team's Krista Bain joins us with the very latest on the election today. Krista?
Around 15,000 voters are expected to cast their vote today, choosing between two candidates for Fargo City Mayor, Acting Mayor Tim Mahoney and candidate Brad Wimmer. The largest and by far most popular polling place is at the Baymont Inn on 13th Avenue. They've seen around almost 2,000 so far today, and it's expected to pick up now up until polls closing at 8 tonight. Including early voting and absentees, 11,500 people have made their vote. Now, this is the first year using a new voting system with a real-time count of voters. I'll be back on Valley News Live at 6 to tell you how that's helping Cass County look at promoting voting differently. Steph?
All right, Krista, thank you. And voters are also deciding on one of 6 candidates to take the open commissioner seat, along with a charter change. Here's a list of all the polling places. Once again, they're open until 8 o'clock. The list is also on valleynewslive.com. Tonight, a small Minnesota community is dealing with the loss of time, resources, and a historic building. An old grain elevator in Lake Park, Minnesota burned to the ground last night, and crews believe someone started it. Many people are saying it's the biggest fire they've ever seen, including the sheriff and the fire chief. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us how the community is dealing with this loss.
They could see the flames a couple miles out of town. No, I've never seen flames like this.
Neighbors had trouble sleeping.
It was very frightening. We could have had a very large disaster.
And no sleep for around 60 firefighters volunteering to put out flames until early hours.
This area right in front
like Lake Park Fire Chief Vance Larson.
This one here with the roof was open and the flames were coming out the roof.
He's trying to make sense of it all. Luckily, this elevator hasn't been used in years. But the flames got so hot, this house started to melt while people were home.
They went back in and got some belongings to be gone for a while.
Luckily, no one was hurt, although law enforcement say damage is severe and still don't know who the building belongs to.
When you see something that's been around for almost 100 years being taken down by fire, it's something that they'll never get back. This community won't.
Still unsure of how it all began.
We set up right here.
Chief Larson stunned to think it could have been lit. He says they got lucky. And neighbors are thanking all the volunteer crews.
It could have easily hit one of the firemen.
And so is Chief Larson for all the communities pulling together to help hit.
I mean, the pager goes off and they just run. They leave whatever they're doing. I won't mention any names, but somebody was cooking chicken and potatoes and left them on the grill and came over here.
Reporting in Lake Park, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The Benson County Sheriff's Department is still investigating the fire and what could have caused it. While fighting this fire, 2 others were called in. One abandoned building was destroyed, and it's also being investigated as arson. Well, we're enjoying a beautiful sunshine-filled day in the valley today, and let's hope it stays that way tonight. Let's get the latest with Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
And this nice weather is following up a cold front that brought just a splash of moisture to the valley. 1300ths in the rain gauge out at Hector International Airport. That's the same thing we saw here at the station. So some greening moisture, although it wasn't a lot, it certainly helps out a little. 58 right now in Baudette. Temperatures rising into the mid-60s in Fargo-Moorhead. Most of the rain showers pushing off into southeastern Minnesota and northern Iowa for tonight. Quieter weather then as we glide through midweek. Here's your evening planner. Temperatures staying in the 60s through 8 p.m. Then notice there in the 9 o'clock hour will be down into the 50s. So not too bad. A little cool out there this evening. It mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Very quiet with the winds too.
Yeah, but not too bad out there.
A fair evening.
Yeah, it is. All right. Thank you, Hutch. Well, if you live anywhere in North Dakota, expect to hear emergency sirens at 11:15 tomorrow morning. It's part of a statewide test of the emergency warning system as the potential for severe summer storms is just around the corner. It's a reminder to make sure that your family has a severe weather plan that lets everyone know where to go if severe weather hits.
If you want indoor warnings, you want to make sure that you have a TV or radio on. If things look like conditions are ripe for severe weather, you should be monitoring your local media.
If you're outdoors or really anywhere for that matter, you can stay on top of all the latest weather warnings with the Valley News Live weather app for your phone. Well, you asked and we investigated. If you're wondering about the Petro Travel Center on the corner of 45th Street and I-94, it is not closed. The owner tells us they are simply remodeling. The inside of the station is being redone and they're also getting some new gas pumps installed. The Iron Skillet portion of the building will remain closed to make room for 3 other restaurants: Popeyes, Charlie's Philly Steaks, and one that's yet to be announced. Renovations should be complete by August 1st. A morning garage fire is being called accidental, and the cause is believed to be discarded smoking materials. The fire was reported around 9 when a passing motorist saw it and then called it in. Flames were shooting out of the building when firefighters arrived. Assistant Chief Greg Doden says that the fire is believed to have started in the back, in the shop area. Nobody was injured, but it caused about $30,000 worth of damage. The Supreme Court heard historic arguments over the constitutionality of gay marriage today. The hearing brought passionate voices from both sides to our nation's capital. Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro was inside the courtroom for the Supreme Court hearing, and she breaks it all down for us.
My view inside the courtroom was a bit obstructed, but the arguments were engaging. The justices fired questions at the lawyers. There were some laughs at times, but there was also some screaming. A protester was actually inside the courtroom, and he was yelling and screaming and had to be removed by police. So some fiery moments both inside the courtroom and outside today. Support and protest at the Supreme Court for the case that's being called the civil rights issue of our time.
Our Constitution says I am an equal citizen and I deserve the same rights as everyone else.
Jim Obergefell is the most high-profile plaintiff for the case. He wants his legal Maryland marriage to be recognized on his husband's Ohio death certificate.
I've been able to talk about my husband every day, and that keeps him alive for me, and that's been really an unexpected gift of this whole process.
The Supreme Court is looking into cases from 4 states: Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Michigan. Inside the court, a protester started shouting during the oral arguments. He was removed by guards for the rest of the hearing, where justices looked at 2 main questions. Do states have to perform same-sex marriages? And do states have to recognize same-sex marriages performed in other states? Justices acknowledged the quick shift in public opinion about same-sex marriage, but also questioned the very definition of marriage.
This definition has been with us for millennia, and it's very difficult for the court to say, oh, well, we know better.
The arguments led lawyers and justices to talk about everything from adoption to divorce to religion, and even the thoughts of ancient philosophers. From the Valley News Live Washington Bureau, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
The court is expected to take up about 2 months to review the arguments and then make a final decision about same-sex marriage. Some new figures released by the Home Builders Association show that there were 28% fewer building permits in Fargo in the first quarter. The group also says the value of the permits is down about 33%. That while Moorhead, West Fargo, and Dilworth all saw significant jumps in home building and remodeling. The association president says these numbers underline the importance for Fargo getting the diversion built, something Home Builders Association is saying they support.
Compared to flood insurance rate, this assessment district is much less if it's ever put into place. So what we're seeing is we may have flood insurance costs that'll run $2,000 to $5,000, where the assessment, if it ever was put into place, which it's not intended to, it's supposed to be a guarantee to the sales tax, would run the average homeowner in South Fargo anywhere from $250 to $350 a year.
This is not the first time that residential building permits in Fargo are off. They were also down 28% for all of last year. Well, still ahead tonight, we'll tell you about another major meat company going antibiotic-free.
And temperatures going in the right direction, back above average on both counts today, with the high and low temperature in Jamestown in the mid-60s as well. Your forecast does include more rain. I'll tell you about it next.